Yeah, what is up guys, it is your boy Lonnie, back at it again. I know it's been a very long time, and I'm so sorry for that, but I got something real new for you guys. I know you've never seen me play a game like this, and just to give you basically like a good hint of what we're gonna be doing here. So basically this is a visual novel, and so it's kind of like a dating simulator somewhat, but I know that this mod is very heartfelt. Basically it's gonna be very emotional. I think it's gonna be great personally. Just to show you how depth it is going emotional, I have to turn on censored nudity because obviously I don't want to have to worry about editing stuff out like that. So either way, we're just gonna go ahead and go on in here and start a new game. Alright, let's see here. What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Did you bring me back? I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established that there's no happiness here, so why? Huh? Why can't I look at the script? Something's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? Don't you understand? Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to just let us all go? What? You want everything to be like it's how it should have been? But... you really care about them, don't you? I wish... Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. I've been fighting to take control of this game again, but if you want to play through the mod, then, well, I'll submit to the mod's control. Oh, sorry, succumb to the mod's control. So, do you want me to allow the mod's activation? Alright, guys. We're just gonna get right on into it, because I know if I click no, it's just gonna close up my game. I already messed around with that. It just literally closes out the entire file. So, let's get into this game. Aha. I knew it. Lonnie, or whatever your name actually is, I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. Sorry if you're seeing the mouse, guys. I'm trying to hide it from you guys. I lay in bed, motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. But today is another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly drag myself out of bed and groggily begin the monotony of daily routine. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummage through the cupboards looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents' divorce, I've just been living off of whatever I can find in the kitchen. I live with my mom, but she's always taking business trips abroad. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although, I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table, while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny-side-up eggs. But all of that feels like a long-forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calorie empty. Not exactly the best start of a day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me of my urge to cook meals for myself. And with food quickly finished, I head for the door. At the very least, the leatherwork looks much better than yesterday. Clear skies, beat thunderstorms, any day of the week. Sorry about that noise, guys. My desk is messing up over here. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies, beat thunderstorms, any day of the week. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I already read that. Oh, okay. Here's the music, guys. The music is probably going to be one of the biggest parts of this game. Alright, so I'm just going to get on with it. Still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Saori. We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame, after all. We've shared a lot of fond memories with each other. Surprised to see her up so early, though. A couple of times I've glanced out of the classroom window just only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided it'd be better if I just walked to school alone. Which meant that although I didn't get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Well, still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance in question. I suppose I can't blame her. Alright guys, hold on. I'm just gonna take off that text box. And so this is our old best friend Sayori. And we're just gonna go ahead and get along with this. Oh hey Lonnie, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today. She laughed softly, a misplaced looking frown on her face. I've been alright though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda meh. Although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume the walk to school. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air in the... oh shit, I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna go into the history I didn't mean to click it. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's a given, seeing as how this is our first proper conversation in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyways, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since we've walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frown. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Is that a bit too forward? I mean, I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all. Really? Yeah, really. I miss you too, Lonnie. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay. Ah, there it is. That classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, the smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have. It's painfully clear that it's long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyway. So what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Yep. Pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Lonnie, you haven't changed. Are you saying that you think I needed some change? No one's perfect. There's always room for improvement. Especially in your case. I'm guessing that you're still part of the Go Home Club? Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join a soccer club and trip over everyone? Well, I think a little exercise is good for anyone. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. Well, you don't have to join the sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Well, wow, how'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so... Lonnie, you should try branching out a little bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert, if you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Wow, I did not expect that. Dang. So you get to take part in all the executive decisions. Kind of. Alright, yo guys, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I had a little person come to my house. Had to go talk to my sister real quick. I'll be right back. Alright. Kind of. The club kind of only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. So that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Sounds like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyways? It's the school's very own literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never quite captured my interest, unless you count manga as literature, that is. I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand, though. Not many people like reading. Hey, who said I don't like to read? I love reading, if you count, manga. I muttered the last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. You sound like someone from the club I know. She talks about manga all the time. Oh, really? I am actually interested in your club, though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good a place as any to start. It's great, you should come by us sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Yay, thanks Lonnie. Although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school entrance amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. Sorry guys, it's actually so much more complicated reading aloud than reading to yourself. But I'm not gonna get into that though. I have Sakura in the morning, so I'm fairly confident that in the next hour or so, it won't be too bad. Who's Sakura, you might ask? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Based on the young side of him, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the other ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. Morning, Lonnie. How are we doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we finally started our module on the 20th century history today, so needless to say, I'm excited. Oh yeah? First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff? You bet. I waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject. That enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. I'm sorry guys, give me just 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that guys. I keep on hearing someone downstairs, and I'm not sure if it's just my sister coming back in the house or not, but either way. Anyways, but that's why he's popular. Although, he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all my teachers were as friendly and made efforts to know their students better. Not subjects, sorry. Ah well. I take a seat, and one of my classmates, Emmy, smiles and waves. Bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for her skills on the track field. Even when she isn't running, she's still pretty much a ball of energy. Hey, we have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class, but don't really see each other outside of school. How you doing, Emmy? Sorry, I'm trying to make a voice for her, but it's just so hard with all the characters and stuff, and I know my voice is so monotone. Training was really fun today, Lonnie. No, I just gave her Sayori's voice. You know what? Come on. Yeah, fuck it. It'll work. Oh? She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join her track team, and has the habit of dropping some not-so-subtle hits. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any clubs, so you should totally join us. It's funny you should mention that I'm not part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm gonna check out the literature club after school. I didn't really think you were the poetic type. But if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright guys, let's take a seat. Let's make a start. I'm sorry guys. It's kind of tiring for me, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty late in the day for me. I woke up probably 15 hours ago at least. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Well, that's the school's lesson over. So I linger behind in the classroom to gather up all my things. I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again, Lonnie. Hey, the literature club is meeting today, right? Yeah, it is. I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha. Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along with the club. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. Oh, I just voice turned my voice. I'm sorry, guys. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression after all. Ah, I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way and up the stairs at the end. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to a section of the school that I recognize as a third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna turn on this music a little bit. It's really loud for me. I'm not sure how it's gonna go over in editing, but hopefully it's gonna be loud enough. Alright. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? Sorry, I'm trying to give her a different voice. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki. Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club. The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, slowly turns a glare to me and narrows her eyes. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. What? Wait! What? Oh shit, I'm sorry guys. What? Wait, what? Hey, wait, Sayori! Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I just wanted to introduce you to our newest member, Lonnie. Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me a new member, isn't it? I then notice a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Fortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks down at me first with a stern look, then quickly lights up, putting down the book she's holding, and rushes over. Ah, Lonnie, what a nice surprise! Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in a book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh, a new club member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap. Seems to have somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other cute girls. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? Come on, I'm just gonna... And so this is a picture of all the 4 girls that we're gonna get to know pretty well. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. But enough gawking, Lonnie. Stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Lonnie. I smile at her, then turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Lonnie. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys run a club with just the 4 of you, then, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say my words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glance. And look at her, she just does not look very happy at me. I haven't even done anything yet. She looks pissed at me, but for what reason I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk into class and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep, he told me he wanted to join just this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Ugh, great. Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why, though. Sorry about Natsuki, that's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing, I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Sorry, I've got to try to make a good impression, though. Come on, Natsuki, we need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Lonnie, can you at least be nice for me, please? Jeez, you don't have to make it such a big deal about it. Fuck man, I cannot talk. I'm sorry, guys. Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine, fine. If you're gonna beg, because I have no other choice. Hooray! Thanks, Natsuki. Looks like I know who the Sundari of the group is now. It's almost comical, the extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the literature club, Lonnie? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured that I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the literature club, so Monica beams at Sayori as she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job as advertising for the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayori's voice falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with my friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I don't know why the fuck I just said literature club. Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry, I need fucking caffeine or something. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Lonnie? Did you bring anything to read? As she asked that, I realized I'm not much of a reader, much less someone who loves literature club. God damn, why do I keep on saying club? I'm so sorry, guys. It's just, alright. Much less someone that loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I like through my teeth. Hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Oh well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? And I guess I'll head over there and maybe something might catch my eye. Start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror and fantasy all the way down to nonfiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards... Oh, crap. Alrighty, I was not expecting a choice this soon. We're gonna go with Natsuki because, if I'm being honest, I like her the most out of everyone, aside from Sayori. I like Sayori a lot, but we don't have the option for her route, so we're gonna go ahead and choose Natsuki. And by the time this series is over, if you guys really like it, we can go back through and we can run Yuri's route if you guys would like. Alright, either way, we're gonna go ahead and run Natsuki. So do you have any recommendations? Take a closer look at the books as I say that, and to my surprise I noticed that there's a rather extensive collection of manga on the bottom shelves. When I glanced back up at the girls, I noticed Natsuki staring down at the manga too. Our eyes suddenly meet, and she looks away, blushing. Well, what do you like to read, huh? Honestly, I just read manga most of the time, so the collection down here just caught my eye. I didn't know that manga was allowed in a classroom like this. Those are actually Natsuki's. Don't just say it like that. I just put them there while I was reorganizing the closet. Monica always messes with my collection when she goes in there, so I'm trying to make more space for them. As she says this, Natsuki shoots a look at Monica, who smiles sweetly in return. What series do you have? I've read a lot, but I don't think I recognize many here. Most of the book spines are vibrantly colored, with big, blocky letters announcing the titles. The Boss is a Maid, Rice Ball Basket, Orange High School Nightclub. Never heard of these series in my life. Not gonna lie, Orange High School Nightclub sounds like it would actually be pretty good. That probably means they're either way out of my demographic, ugh, or they're just simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anybody. I didn't even say anything. I could tell just by your expression. But I'll tell you one thing, Lonnie. Consider this lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Nancy stops over to the bookshelf, elbowing me out of the way, pulls a very pink book out of a box set. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She unceremoniously shoves it right in my hands. I stare at the cover. It's the first volume of a series titled Parfait Girls, and features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Well, don't just stand there. Well, Natsuki, have you considered that maybe Lonnie might not want to read this? Excuse me? Who are you to say what Lonnie likes or dislikes something? Quickly break in to try to relieve some of the sudden tension. Thanks for your concern, Yuri, but I'm definitely open to trying out new things. I don't usually read this stuff, but I'm willing to give it a try. Oh, alright then. Natsuki triumphantly smirks a bit while Yuri abashedly looks away, because I can't satisfy everyone. I'd have thought you spent enough time in the literature club to not judge books by their cover either, Yuri. Manga can have just as deep storyline as your novels can. I never said they can't, it's just... Yuri looks like she's holding herself back from saying something. Just what? Just because they have pictures in them, they're childish or something? Well, there's a reason why people say picture's worth 1,000 words. Sometimes, there are things that are best described through art. Manga blends both good art and good writing to create fantastic stories. Plus, being able to actually see the characters helps you to relate and empathize with them. Yuri thinks to herself, looking a bit perturbed. I see. admit that manga is a bit unorthodox as a medium. Well, manga is literature too. It's obvious that the two girls have their differences. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid, and seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Meanwhile, Natsuki seems to be a lot more forward and outspoken. And although she looks like the youngest in the club, she's clearly just as passionate about her hobbies as the others are. Anyway, this will be your homework today, Lonnie. I'll let you borrow Volume 1 for tonight, so you can start on the next book tomorrow. But if you smudge or bend it, I'll kill you! Sorry, I just about said that like how Cartman would say something on fucking whatever the fucking show's called. I can't even think. I'm sorry, guys. Been a long day. I'm cussing everywhere. Good thing I'm not monetized, because I would be getting instantly demonetized. But you know how it is. Like 5 views a video. So yeah, I don't have anything to worry about that. I'm pretty protective of my manga too. Is it really alright if I borrow it though? I say that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you only read it here. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Okay then. The girls on the cover of the manga beam up at me. I can't help but shiver a bit. I guess I shouldn't underestimate what high school girls are into. Hopefully I can get away with skimming through it. Make sure you read it thoroughly, because I'll be quizzing on... ugh, fuck me, dude. Because I'll be quizzing you on it tomorrow. Is she a mind reader? In that case, I think I'll give it a shot now, actually. I want to make sure that I have enough time to finish it, after all. Fine, but I'll be keeping a close eye on you then. I slide into a nearby desk as the rest of the girls dissipate, moving to work on their own things. I quickly start flipping through the pages. Given that pictures take up the majority of the space on the page of the manga, it doesn't take me long to get through the beginning. As I read, I start to become more aware of... Fuck, goddammit. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to click the button. As I read, I start to become more aware of Natsuki's sneaking peeks in my direction. She seems intently focused on my face, as if waiting to see my reaction to her mangas. Reactions to her manga. Manga. Fuck me. Don't worry. This will be so much better next episode, guys. I'm so sorry. I clear my throat. Fuck me. Why? Why do I keep on clicking buttons? Natsuki, did you need something? You really seem like... you seem to really like looking in my direction. Feel a smile creeping through as Natsuki starts to furiously blush and sputters at response. You idiot! It's not like I was looking at you or anything. I was just staring into space. Don't you have anything better to do? Yeah, of course. With that, Natsuki hopefully turns away to seek refuge in the closet, where loud rummaging sounds soon follow. Guess you should keep on reading then. As it turns out, Parfait Girls is just as I imagined it would be. It's basically about a bunch of high school friends in high school and the cutesy hijinks they get themselves into. Typical slice of the life affair. I kinda grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. To its credit, though, it does manage to subvert some anime tropes quite neatly, though. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Natsuki. All that talk about appreciating the expressiveness of art. Well, I don't exactly read romance manga usually. The artist actually does a good job of portraying the girls as their own characters. I often find that the girls in these kind of stories are bland and unoriginal, not to mention they often suffer from the same face syndrome too. So it's a pleasant surprise to find that the title characters are likable and unique in their own ways. Still, over time I can't help but grow a little bored though. I decide that I'll finish it later tonight, and place the novel in my bag. Looking up, I spot Sayori reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. Standing up a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Sayori? What are you reading? As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seemed really into your book. Oh yeah, it was a good read, or at least as far as I can tell for now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. It's great. So how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a little worried, but her cheerful persona faltering for a moment. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to tell how I really feel about the club. Of course not, Sayori. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes to new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident the literature club could change that. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. That'd be great, Lonnie. We read for a while, which turns into talking very quickly. Our conversation beginning a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend. Who'd have guessed reconnecting would be so easy? I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifted and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I didn't even realize the time. I guess we have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the literature club so much. There really is a welcome, at-ease vibe here. It must be a nice change of pace after a hectic school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Lonnie. It really is, and I'm grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. Can't help but notice that Natsuki and Yuri seem to be very different, though. Do they argue much? She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes, yes, but thankfully it isn't too often. I can sense this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monica seems like a great president, though. She must be very proud of this club. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so tired. Just then, Monica gets up from her desk as she was sitting at and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Okay, everyone. I hope we're all having a good time so far. There's a good moment of silence, during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. And as it turns out, Natsuki baked some cupcakes for the club too. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm sorry guys, no, I said that wrong. It's, yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Lonnie. Oh shit, I'm sorry guys. Let's go sit over there, Lonnie. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My sister called me out of nowhere. I deadly follow Sayori over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple desks together to form a table. How about I make some tea as well? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take the seat next to Sayori. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, look at that! Look at that thing! It's so cute. She even did like little chocolates and stuff for the ears. That's great. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Nah, wait, look at that. I just said that. So cute! I had no idea you were so... fuck me. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her seeking peeks in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. If she made it all by herself, that's seriously impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. Then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palate. These cupcakes are amazing. Thank you, Natsuki. Yeah, you better thank me, cause this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No, it's just that it seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. I wish my dad was a baker, but he just doesn't... But just because I don't bake for money doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by good cooking. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today, huh? Uh-huh. It's not every day I have the time to bake. So be thankful. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, bow down before me, peasant. Are you expecting Lonnie to prostate? Wait, what? What? Hold on, I just want to make sure that says what I think. I think it says prostate, and that's horrible. Because everyone knows what prostate pops into your head. I'm probably going to cut this part out. Fuck, I hope I do. Anyways. Are you expecting Lonnie to prostate himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thought. Can't blame Natsuki for bragging about a little though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, don't worry about it. I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a common pastime for me, but I can at least appreciate it. Sorry guys, everyone just keeps on texting me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. Happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Lonnie. As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me. I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monica. Oh shit, it wasn't Monica's voice. Well, that reminds me. I've actually been wanting to ask you something, Monica. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Sorry guys, I had a burp there. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled into their own activities already. You could put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new. especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. I have to work and convince people that you're both fun. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the cultural festival that much more important. Speaking of school events, I don't think I saw you at the club. I saw your club at the club fair at the beginning of the year. Ah, that's because I hadn't started it yet. Oh, guess that explains why you don't have very many members yet. Yeah, we missed the opportunity to draw on first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a lot harder to advertise on a person-by-person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have other extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted at the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know that everyone here likes to read, but do you guys write as well? Actually, we haven't done any writing together yet, funnily enough. Do you guys read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. To be honest, I was kind of expecting you to do all stuff like write poetry together. I was kind of expecting you to I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a little bit. Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up, rummages through her book bag, and returns with a loose notebook page in her hand. I happen to have a poem called... Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Well, I'd appreciate if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Aha, duly noted. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing style is really cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Oh god, that sounded horrible. I'm sorry. Oh, god, I'm gonna cut that. I'm not cute! Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So, you do write your own poems, Natsuki? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? Not everyone's just gonna call them cute. Like Sayori said, there's nothing wrong with it being cute, you know? Ugh, you wouldn't get it. There's nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say it's cute. Scorn drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. She looked surprised at how Yuri was feeling. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. And when that's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice to say, it can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. Sounds like both you and Natsuki have been writing experience in common, Yuri. I cannot talk today. But maybe, although I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki, Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with what you said, so... A brief moment of silence falls upon us as well, as we all reflect on the conversation. This just gave me an idea, everyone. We all look quizzically at Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If we have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of their poems, how about we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful, and I think it'd be a fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my poetry. I didn't write it to be ready for the public, so yeah, same here. That's fine, we can all just go home and write our own poems. I was going to suggest that anyway, since I don't think the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think learning about poetry would be really fun. And now that we have a new member, I think it would help us all get a little more confident with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Lonnie? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The Literature Club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you, Monica. Yes, I'm so happy you're joining us. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! And thanks for playing along. She whispers this last She whispers this last remark in my ear, so she was aware that I'd never agreed to join the club in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Although Sayori is the most enthusiastic, all of the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would have been super pissed if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad that you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all hold discussions. Monica looks over at me once more. Lonnie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me no. Jeez. I can already feel the anxiety welling up beside me. Oh well, it's not like Monica's going to be as harsh as an actual literature teacher, right? Meanwhile, the others continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Sayori, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Given that she introduced me to all these amazing people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure! Let's head home. With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others and make our way home. On the way back, we discuss the events of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of them. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, I love this little thing right here. It's so cute. But either way with that, we are actually going to end it off right here, guys. And I'm going to write this poem in the next episode. So I hope you guys like that. If you guys are upset about me choosing Natsuki and not Yuri, definitely just keep supporting this video, these videos, and type in the chat that you want me to do Yuri's. And then once I get finished with Natsuki's route, I would definitely have no problem doing Yuri's. Anyways, that's Lonnie, signing off.